Incremental greetings. Let's continue the Supermemo course, the Pleasurable expansion. Now it's time for the concept hooks. We have seen in the previous video how you can set them, the weird things that Supermemo can, the weird cases that you may end up with Supermemo because it's unnecessarily complex. But now, why we should want to use hooks? Fowl only covers one single case, and is that if you use the concept as the default concept in the collection, when you create an element, this element will be going below that concept. Let me rewind.
New hook. So, Alt-A.
Alt-A, he just created that. Alt-A just creates an empty item. But in this case, it will be using the hook.
And there you have it. Okay.
So why it's here precisely in knowledge tree and not in any other point? Let's do that. So now my concept, active concept, is using fonts. If I do add new element, first, why I'm getting this template? And where am I? Let's see. Hey, I'm below here. Why? Look at that. I am inside the using fonts concept. So remember, something we covered before is that I can auto apply templates. That's why I'm getting the item was. Because for this concept says that for items, use this template and then auto apply it. It's checked twice. Makes sense. But on top of that, we also have the hook branch. That in this case is also the root element that is using fonts. That's why in the knowledge tree, you can see it will be the last child. It won't be the first, it will be always the last. So here you would see, unless you do something manual, if you only do these operations, you will know that that's the order you have followed. So that the next item, let's do it again, it goes below that. So you have from the oldest to the most recent. That's not guaranteed because you can move this manually and many things, so absolutely not the case necessarily. We have a placeholder for the title because it's empty. But if you have this flow, but other than that, it's what you wanted, right? This flow doesn't exist in incremental reading, but if you want to create items from elsewhere or from language learning, usually this could be the case, then it's good. That you want notes, especially if you click from the clipboard, add new article. Here you go. This could be a YouTube video, whatever, but it's using the concept. Then, if what I do is import, like this one, let's do the outline of neuroscience. So now no worries about the imports, but it's just to let you know that when I have this import, that's the old import from Internet Explorer. Here you have the concept group. Why is using fonts? It's like pre-selected because it's the default one. Okay, I can change it. So I could do, for instance, health. No, that will be science. Here you go, science. Then I import this, and here you go. No worries about how it looks and so on. It's not the focus of this video. Why it's here, neuroscience? Because it's the last child of science. I also can see that by the ancestors. Since I don't see the siblings, it's much quicker to notice. That's what I wanted. And now why I have, and if you remember before, I had this one. This was the actual hook. That's because I have so much stuff here, you can see that I have to scroll a lot. I have way too many children. So therefore, what I want is to create subfolders. So if I want this flow, I will just go to the concept registry, select the science, hook branch. Now select the second child. Nice, do you see now? It's just a second. And then, if I import it again, I will create a duplicate. No worries about that. Everything here is dummy. I just want to have something to import. What happened now? I got some errors. And why I'm using fonts? Because I didn't select the concept. Remember, I did this on purpose. Yeah, it's not pay attention to that, but hey, remember the concept group is by default the importer will select the same one as the concept, the active concept. So therefore, let me select this science. I can also press number 6 for me. Okay, now this will work. Do you know it's here? Nice. I also have this information here and here in the element data window. And it's, hey, what happened? Actually, it's this one, because I imported this 3 times already. I think I tricked you, right? Exactly this one. That's inside, look at the ancestors window, inside the subfolder. Now I can delete the other copies. Okay, and now I only have this one. By the way, for the record, this is the bug with Supermemo 19 using an old Windows 10. If you use Windows 11, that won't happen. But no worries, you won't be using Internet Explorer. So, and now looks fine. Remember that the concept hook will only work from now on. It's not retroactive. So whatever you did will stay whatever it is. So now everything that I import will be coming to this folder. But the other copies that I deleted, they will stay there. Remember this important thing. So incrementally, while you import or create elements straight away from the clipboard or typing in manually, if that is your flow, you will be creating the knowledge tree, all of the branches. Then, hey, with science, you know what? Now for me, neuroscience is a big thing. I will create neuroscience, specifically a neuroscience concept. Here you go. Or let's say that I'm in majoring in neuroscience. It's my field of expertise, my job basically. Could be that I then specify this further. Hey, cognitive psychology, or cognitive neuroscience, or neuropsychology. So even more fine-tuned, narrowed scope of the concept. There's no right and wrong, but this is, by the way, not the point of this video to decide the concepts. Just the hooks. So in this case, you may want to change the hooks accordingly. So you have all of things of the concepts tested. So all of the more specific sciences below the sciences. Perhaps you don't want that, depends on you. Whatever you want, you will need to modify the hooks. So the boundaries are when you create elements right away, when you import from Internet Explorer, Chrome, or Edge specifically, and then with incremental reading, whatever you do. If now I do an extract, neuroscience, let's do the definition. Now, this extract that is now a topic by itself also has the same concept, it's inherited, and it's under the place I want it. So all of the sources that had neuroscience will be here as I crawl them and I do the flashcards out of them, of what I want to remember after I have read the content. Then, in the second last section of this course, when we tackle the incremental reading flow, you will see this in action meaningfully, not for the sake of showing you the feature, but organically with incremental reading. It's a lot more important than you think, but strictly speaking, if we are really strict, it's optional. Meaning that you can do incremental reading without using concepts. Because at the end of the day, the knowledge tree is optional. You could neglect it if you want, and you will still do incremental reading. It's not part of the definition of incremental reading. It's good to have, but it's not required. So, that's all for now. And in the next video, we will see more in detail about the root element that, spoiler alert, is a concept. See you in the next video.